How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another Tipbox video. So in this video I'm going to be showing you how to use Instagram highlights. So how to save your stories into your highlights group. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start by checking our story settings just to make sure that our archive is enabled. So the way we're going to do this is we're going to want to go to our home page down here. We're going to want to go to our stories and then come up here to our settings. So after that, you're going to see it says saving, save to camera roll or save to archive. So this means that every single time you make a story, it's either going to save it to your camera roll or to your archive, or it's going to save it to both. So right now I don't want it to save it to my camera roll. I only want to save my stories once I've created one into my archive. So this means I can then bring it up at future times when I want to, even if I just want to have a look at it, or I want to share it, or I want to use it again, or I just want to add it to my highlights so then people can see it every single time they come onto my profile. So let's go to done now, because that's done. So that means every time I make a story, it's going to save it to my archive. So let's just see if that's worked now. So what we're going to do is we're going to then, let's take a picture, add to my story. So that now I've added that to my story, that's going to create a story now. So that should automatically save to my archive. So let's go and let's have a look to see if it has done so. So the way we can do that is by trying to add, one of these highlights. So down here you're going to see it saying highlight just down here. You're going to want to click on that. This is the easiest way to make it, I think, anyway. This is how I create my highlights. And then you're going to see it pop up with new highlights. So you're going to rename this highlight. So for example, let's just say your story, Instagram story that you created was about slime. So we're going to now call this group, and every single story that we're going to save is going to go into this group. Is going to be about slime. We're going to call this group slime. So let's add that now. And it's going to say view it on your profile or done. So we're going to go to view it on our profile, and bam, you can now see that we have a slime highlight created already. That has got to be about 30 seconds and we already have a slime highlight created. So let's just say we want to edit the cover of this picture. We don't want that one there, we want a different picture. We're going to go onto this here, and then we're going to go down to here to edit highlight. So that's what we're going to want to click on. So let's just say you want to remove this highlight, which will completely delete it, so it'll be gone. Then you can go to remove highlight here. If you want to send this highlight to someone, then you can click it here. If you want to promote it, share it, or copy the highlight link. You also have the option to be able to do that as well. But right now we're not going to get into that. We're going to show you how to edit the highlight. So what I mean by edit highlight is it enables you to be able to rename this if you want to. Well, I'm going to keep it as slime. You can rename it what you want. You can edit the cover photo. Alright, so just by going down here, you can edit the cover photo from there. I'm just going to let you choose an image there, but right now we only have this black image that we just taken a minute ago. So that's how you edit the cover of the photo. So then let's just say you want to add something else into, another story into this highlight. Then this is where it's going to pop up right here. So your stories, it's going to pop up in your stories here. But right now we don't have any other stories, so it's not going to pop up there right now. So if you do have more stories, then it's going to give you the option to add whatever stories are your slime stories into your slime highlights. So I think you're starting to get how this thing works now. It's so simple, it's unbelievable. So let's just go to done now. So let's just say I want to delete this highlight now. So I'm going to come to here, which is going to be my slime, and I'm simply just going to hold it down, and I'm going to go to delete highlight. So that's going to remove it off of my profile completely now. And if I want to go create a new one, I'll show you again how to do that real quickly. I'm going to want to go to new. So that's going to allow me to add a new one into my highlights again now. So I'm going to click this now, next, edit, slime, edit my cover now, bam, crop my picture, that's what I want. I'm going to add that now, so it's going to add it down here. If I want to add another one, I'm going to collect whatever image I want to collect. So that's not going to be this blank image, that's going to be whatever image you want to add. And then you're going to go to next. So hi, let's name this one DIY. So say you want to save your Instagram stories about DIY into your DIY highlights, then that's this is what you're going to name it here. Edit your cover, so you might want to put a picture of your DIY, a story of your picture of your DIY in here. Add that, and as you can see, I've got another one, so we can continuously just keep adding these just like this. It's so simple. So we're going to call this one floss, and then we're going to go to add, and it's going to add it again. Carry on adding them, carry on adding them. So let's just say I wanted to add something else to it now. I can go to edit highlight. I can choose from my stories that right now I don't have, and I can add that to my highlight, my slime highlight. Or I can just, you know, take off the ones that's selected right now. Go to done. But what it's going to say to me is, if you remove this story from your highlight and you don't want, you will not have no stories on your highlight. So do you want to delete it or do you want to keep it? So let's just go to keep it. So it's not going to allow me to do that. So as you can see, we've already created highlights down here. So what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to delete these now because I don't want them on my page. And I'm going to delete this one here. It's as simple as that, guys. You know, there's no need to overthink, you know, how to add highlights onto your Instagram, because it is so simple. It's unbelievable. So what I'm going to do, I'm also going to delete this story here because I don't want that on my Instagram as well. So once I've deleted that story and the story that I put on there before. So now you know that because you've gone to your settings. If you don't know, I'm going to show you how to do that again. So you've gone to your settings and you've enabled save to archive. So you've turned that on. So every single time now, guys, you are going to make a story. It's going to save it straight to your archive, and you can just grab them from your archive, your stories from your archive, and, you know, start creating your highlights using them. But like I just said, I've just showed you exactly how you can start your highlights from scratch. If you haven't got any, you know, any Instagram stories saved into your archive, then I've just showed you how to do it from scratch. So like I said, you can always go back on this video, you can always watch it again if you've missed anything, but I showed you every single step, you know, how to create your story, how to enable your, you know, your archive within story settings, how to add a highlight, how to rename your, how to, you know, change your cover on it, how to edit, delete, and that's all you need to know about Instagram highlights, guys.